today's episode of The Tenant, I'm in Bangalore. In Bangalore, I'm at Sarjapur Junction, a location very close to two key economic hubs, HSR and Bengaluru. Our tenant today is a young couple that moved over here to pursue their professional ambitions. How's it like living over here? What works for them and what doesn't? Let's meet them.
Hi Vishal,
Hi,
welcome
Chandra.
to our
Good to see
co-working
you.
home. Good to see you too.
So this is your, paradise.
Yes, absolutely. A house we've put together with a lot of love and a lot of thought. Come
Hi,
in.
I'm Vishal.
Kunal.
Kunal is my husband.
I figured.
Yeah.
So what is it that brings you here?
For us, it was mostly work. We had to shift to Bangalore. It just made sense to stay as close to the work location as possible. It was actually Kunal's job that got us here.
So my job was down the Sarjapur road, another 4-5 kilometers. It's didn't want to live further down Sarjapur road because this is closer to the city, Kormangla, good places. So that is how we decided to shift to Mantri.
But then both of you are originally from outside Bangalore.
No, I'm actually a native Bangalorean. But then I stay in the OG Bangalore, I guess. I stay in Malleshwaram. My parents live there.
Okay.
So this is still like a whole new part of Bangalore for me.
Yeah, I'm from North Delhi is where I spent most of my time.
Okay.
For about 4-5 years I stayed in Delhi, shifted to Mumbai and then over here.
Okay, so basically you've covered the three key cities.
I've covered the three. I've lived for 1 year in Hyderabad as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so then the
But
four
that-
key cities
yeah.
you've covered. How does, what's the key attraction about Bangalore?
Oh, key attraction over in Bangalore, weather, everybody's going to say weather, but that definitely makes a lot of difference. Second thing is just when you go out, the kind of cafes, the kind of people that you get to meet. And I'm from the tech background. I'm a product manager, a proper techie. So it's very easy to find my kind of people and meet them and have good conversations.
Okay. So before we go further, how big is this apartment in terms of square footage?
It's around 1700 square feet.
Okay, 1700 square.
Around 1700.
And this is a 3-bedroom apartment.
It's a 3-bedroom apartment.
So what is it that makes you come to in this location also? Why this sort of a project? What works?
So for us, the society in itself had its own pluses, all the amenities outside. But the house came as a nice clean canvas. It was big enough for, we're just two of us, but we had like a vision for our house and it was big enough to accommodate all of that.
Okay.
We were considering between 2 BHK and 3 BHK, but we went with the 3 BHK. First, easier to find in Bangalore. Secondly, that time both of us are working from home, so we needed our own workspaces. So that is how we ended up deciding this particular area, office, a large place, and the amenities and all are also very good.
So all these things, they come with the apartment or
No.
they've been brought in by you?
Pretty much everything in this house was brought in by us, other than like some of these light fixtures and maybe fans and the wooden fixtures that you see. Everything else is ours, other than the cupboards and...
Over the last 2.5 years.
Yeah, I mean we progressively put together the whole house.
And you purchased them, rented them, or what's it?
Most of the things are owned, except for the sofa, which we have rented. But I think it's a good call because it gets dirty very often and it gets used a lot, right?
This is where we spend most of our time.
Yeah. So I think it's a good call to not invest in this piece of furniture.
Okay.
Everything else is ours.
But then this is Kunal and Chaitra's adda. This is
Yes.
Yeah, we're always here.
So what do you guys typically do over here?
So usually I'm watching the TV, she's reading books. That is how things happen. Otherwise, even like the days I go to office, she's working from here. She'll connect her system to the TV, so she has like a large screen. Otherwise, she'll sit inside and work on her things. But otherwise, around 6 o'clock is when we'll move to the drawing room and spend the rest like from 6 to 10 over here, have our dinner. When we have friends over, this is generally the area that will get customized to the number of people who are coming. So chairs will move in or chairs will go out, etc.
Yeah. We also love to cook and host people.
Okay.
So again, that is why this apartment is also perfect because it has like a lot of open common space We have regular, I run a supper club, and through that, during our meetings, we have about 10 to 12 strangers come in, gather here, eat the food we cook, and then find connections among each other.
So what these are random strangers that come to your house?
Yes. We do it almost every other week, or whenever we feel like the Saturday allows us to have that. And yeah, so we find the space very communal that way. Even if we have 15 guests plus us and our help, it still doesn't feel like it's a crowded space. This living room with the dining area and the open kitchen just becomes like this one big community center.
But then these are strangers you call to your place.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
You don't know them, they don't know you, but they just pop up at your house.
Yeah. Initially we had some reservations, because you're calling strangers into your house, so what's the safety angle, you don't know who's coming in. But we've done about 10 of these and it's always been a great experience somehow.
So every Saturday is when you do it?
Yes, every other Saturday almost.
Okay. Next time, just when I'm in Bangalore, I'll watch out for that Saturday then.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So you said you cook a lot.
Yes.
So this is the big kitchen that you have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again, it is big enough to have 4 of us cook together. So I like that part because both Kunal and I cook. So even if we are like spread out in the kitchen, it doesn't feel again too cluttered. Yes, good. We also like the fact that in the kitchen we had the chimney, we had the stove, we had the oven fixed in. We also had a microwave, but we put our own microwave in. We have a dishwasher too, which we have never used.
But basically, at the kitchen, both of you all divide the responsibilities.
Yes.
Yeah.
What does Kunal cook well?
Non-vegetarian food.
Yeah.
She's majorly a vegetarian, so she doesn't like cooking non-vegetarian food. Northi, Punjabi, so I love eating and cooking non-vegetarian food. So that is how generally the responsibilities are divided.
So basically, Kunal does the butter chicken, she does the paneer makhan wala.
Yeah.
I do the South Indian bit,
Okay, South Indian.
Yeah, there's a whole thing there. We have a small dining area. During the supper club, we generally or when we have a big party, we just put food here and use the chairs for the gathering. But we ourselves don't use the dining table that much to eat food. The living room does that for us.
Tell me, for someone like you who's born and brought up in Bangalore, has Bangalore changed dramatically?
Yeah, I think it has. I mean, a lot of people would say it has not changed for the good, but I think having the influx of all these new people with new ideas and probably slightly more liberal values has helped Bangalore also to catch up, right? I feel Bangalore was always very welcoming and cosmopolitan, but now I feel it is to another degree altogether. It's a fun place. I never thought Bangalore would be like this 15 years hence, if I think back to my time in school and all of that, but it truly has become like another San Francisco, I guess.
I think that's been part of the experience I've also had by talking to people in Bangalore so far, that awesome. it seems to be an extremely different progressive audience.
Yeah. You'll see that a lot. Locals are also catching up with that progressiveness. It might take them a while to get there, but you can definitely see a shift in how native Bangaloreans are also embracing different cuisines and different experiences that are coming in because of all these fresh and new people coming to Bangalore.
This is one of the bedrooms?
But we've converted it into a study area.
Okay.
We both have our own creative interests, so we wanted our space to just carry out our normal office function, but also do other things.
So
this is my space.
What's the activity you do here?
I work out of here, but otherwise I have all these other creative interests that I execute in this open space.
So just when you say work out of here, this is part of the supper club thing that you do?
No. Yeah. I'm also a consultant, so a lot of that work happens here. This is my workspace as such.
Okay, so this is a bedroom converted into a workroom?
Yes, for one of us. There's another bedroom which he uses for his work.
Okay. That's where Kunal is occupied all the time with his work.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean. So this is the other room.
This is the other room, okay.
This is where Kunal works out of, but it also doubles up as our guest room when we have, either parents or other friends who are visiting Bangalore and we just want to stay over for a while.
But how often do you have family visiting you?
Pretty often. I mean, I wouldn't say in Bangalore, covering the distance from Malleshwaram to HSR itself is quite fast. So my parents don't come as often as you would think they do. But yeah, once in 3 months they'll definitely stop.
So this is Kunal's den.
Yes.
Yes, he works out of here. But I think this is also, I feel the marriage is a little harmonious because of the fact that he has his own space where he can do his own things, have his own aesthetics, and I don't have to worry about, I don't have an opinion on what goes on in this room. He can do whatever he wants. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm perfectly okay with that.
So what's the one thing that he's done over here which probably didn't get a buy-in from you, which actually Chetra said nahi karna chahiye tha, par usne kar diya?
The curtains bother me a lot. That does not go with anything in our house.
So basically, the secret to a harmonious marriage is having your own space.
I would say so. And his own bathroom. Again, I don't have to deal with what happens there, how messy or clean it is. I just don't want to go there.
His zone, he can do what he wants.
Yes, you do whatever you want. I'll just be blind to it and I'll be happy.
So basically, secret to a harmonious marriage often means having a 3-bedroom because 2 bedrooms need your own
Yeah.
space.
Yeah,
For
looks
sure.
like it. Yeah.
How easy is it, Kunal, to have a pet in a residential society? Is there a lot of opposition to it? Because
we've been lucky, I would say. Mantri, the Flora has a lot of pet parents. So there is a decent balance between people who may have some concerns versus people who are pet parents. But there are issues from frequent issues which happen, which I would say is the problem created by pet parents, not cleaning up after their pets and all. But to a large extent, in the last 2.5, 3 years, rarely those situations have come up.
so this covers Kunal's den,
room.
as you said,
Yeah.
the one that you can't touch or you don't touch.
I don't bother much about.
And then we come to the master bedroom.
Yes. So Vishal, this is the master bedroom where we sleep.
Okay.
There's nothing much to it. Again, this is also a space that we carefully put together because you spend a lot of time sleeping and chilling and hanging out.
Okay, but this is also it's fairly minimalistic.
Yeah. I mean, we got the house as a plain whitewashed house. And that's great. So we put everything else on top of that.
How long and how tough was your search to get an apartment? In Bangalore, I keep hearing these ridiculous stories of how landlords have just taken it to outrageous levels of what they want from a tenant.
I was looking for an apartment for us to move in during immediately after the first wave of COVID, slightly after that, and the demand was low. And yet, for me to find this house was quite a struggle, and I had to make that commute from Malleshwaram anyway. Each time I had to come looking for a house. Even then, there was a lot of competition for an apartment, but because the rates were a little lower than what it is now, we were able to close in on a house pretty quickly. But what is a challenge for us now is every time we have a rent renewal, you are competing with market rates. You're not competing with what's on your agreement plus some increment, right?
So what's driving up rentals? One is, of course, startups hiring money on the sidelines. Do you think there's a clash now between bachelors sharing an apartment versus families?
Yeah, I mean, we were bachelors ourselves. So it is always easier to give rent divided by 3 or 4, right? But when you're a family, you're paying for the whole unit. So yes, it is bachelors may be driving up the rent a little bit for couples like that. But then I guess you can also argue, why does a couple need a 3 BHK?
Like you said, harmonious marriage means you have to have your own space.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is an attached bathroom.
Yeah, this has an attached bathroom.
What was the one deal breaker that you had in your mind that if this is there in the apartment, we'll not definitely go for it? Did you have any, non-negotiables?
we wanted, we spoke to a lot of landlords, and the kind of questions that they would ask, we realized that the landlord that we would want is somebody who's not interfering, because we will do everything that a landlord would expect from us. Take care of the house, pay rent on time, ensure that we don't cause any issues in the society, etc. But on the other side, we would also want the landlord to play their role, which is ensure that nothing wrong is happening and they don't interfere in what we are doing. That definitely was a deal breaker for us.
So, quality of landlord.
Quality of landlord, yes.
Okay. And that I can see is some part of amenity area.
Yes.
You guys use this balcony a bit?
Yeah, this balcony is used by us and by Goji a lot. So,
okay.
This is her vantage point. Okay. She sits here and will keep an eye on everybody in the society. She's a society auntie.
Society security guard. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so lots of amenities in this project. I can see the pool, but are there a lot of things besides that?
Oh, there are a lot of amenities in this particular society. But on that note, almost all societies in Bangalore will have a decent amount of amenities. Let us show them to you.
Okay, let's do that.
Vishal, you would have seen basketball courts, gyms, squash courts, swimming pools in almost any society. But what you will not see in any other society is a almost private lake. And it is very clean. It's decently large. We come here almost every day for walk, bring our dog, and in general in life, when you're feeling tense, you just come here, sit, see the breeze.
So this is the amenity you guys use the most?
Yeah, absolutely. To have lake access without having to deal with the traffic is, I would pay a lot more money to just have this every day.
Besides this lake, which of course is a highlight, he underplayed it by saying the gym, pool and all are pretty common. Do you guys use those amenities also to an extent or not at all?
Sometimes, so we do use it sometimes.
Not very often.
Yeah.
She uses them a lot more than I use them.
So basically you'll come down, see the pool, it doesn't excite you enough, you walk over here and do your thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. For all of this experience that you guys are having here, how much rent are you guys paying?
We are only paying about 60,000 a month, including maintenance, which I think we are very lucky with because, we got the house during COVID, like I already said. So we, I think, still are on the lower side of the current rent market. But yeah, I think it's fair to say it's worth a lot.
Okay. Yeah. What next for you guys? You said you spent time in 4 key cities. Is Bangalore the final destination for you?
Yeah, so I've spent time in 4 cities. I don't think I would want to shift from Bangalore. The only other place maybe would be Mumbai, but it is not affordable. I would get a much bigger, better, cleaner, open area in Bangalore than Mumbai. So in India, Bangalore.
Why not Gurgaon? Why not Delhi?
Definitely not Gurgaon, Delhi.
Why? What is so bad about Gurgaon, Delhi?
I've spent my school time there. I've spent almost around 5 to 8 years across NCR. Just doesn't feel like it. Like in the millennial lingo, vibe doesn't match. I don't feel like.
But this is your opinion, right? You're
my
going
opinion.
to caveat.
Yeah. My vibe doesn't match with that city.
Your vibe does. So basically, apartment sizes might be the same, similar. Balconies will be there.
Yeah.
You won't get the lake.
You won't get
unless it's monsoon and an artificial lake is created because of that. But Gurgaon does not work for you.
No.
How about you?
The only reason I would not want to stay in Bangalore is because I've lived in Bangalore all my life. But yes, having also lived in all these other cities, I think Bangalore wins out on just quality of life matters, right? And even traffic, I would say, this is going to be controversial, but I think it is much better than Delhi or Mumbai.
Would you guys want to buy a home, or are you guys the only rent generation funda people?
I think we are closer to only rent generation.
Yeah.
The kind of areas that you would want to buy, like an area like this, would be very expensive, or the apartments will be really old. You would not want to invest in buying those kind of apartments.
Yeah.
And the apartments which are getting newly built, they are outside the city. They will say Bangalore, it will be 10 kilometers after Bangalore's last store has ended. So
It'll be upper Bangalore, lower Bangalore, depending on what the name they create.
So based on all of that, chances are very less that we end up buying something in the near future at least.
Yeah, I think I'm fine renting.
Okay, on that note, Kunal Chaitra, thank you for coming on the Tenant. One from Gurgaon to Bangalore, one from old Bangalore to new Bangalore, and all the best going forward.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting.
Time for the report card. This is a 3 BHK of 1700 to 1800 square feet building, one of the several gated community projects in this area. Location, this is close to HSR and Belandur, tech and startup hubs around you. This location around Sarjapur itself, dominated with many big tech parks, has a lot of schools, hospitals, hotels all around you. Connectivity, there's no metro connectivity. Road connectivity to the two key hubs of Belandur and HSR. Road transport, it's close by, but traffic, again, a big issue. So all in all, if you're a person who needs to go to those two economic hubs, has private transport at their disposal, wants gated community feel at an honorable budget, this is sort of location and project that can be considered.